This pattern is called a Pup-Ate. It is a caddis pupa pattern with a lot of life to it. The hook in the vise is a Mustad C49S in a size 12, and the thread used is Benecchi 12/0 in black, and the thread is simply attached just back of the eye, run down to about 1/3. Waist is trimmed. The ribbing material on the fly is a fine dark copper wire tied in at this point and kept along the bottom of the shank, and it's wrapped well into the bend of the hook, then doubled back a little. For the abdomen, I've made a mixture of rabbit and UV stub in olives, gingers, greys, and browns. It's a color I find pleasing, and so do the fish, but for a mix, feel free to make your own. Simply twist it onto the thread, traditional noodle style. Then initially wrapped back, and the body starts out reasonably plump. As I come closer to the eye, I will put in a reverse taper so it thins down. This is so that the wing pads will not flare out. Next, use the copper wire to form a ribbing, some mild segmentation, but mainly reinforcement. Then tied off and trimmed away. For the wing pads on the pupa, I want something dark and nicely rounded in shape. I will use some small feathers found on the neck of a ringneck pheasant. They're mostly black with a bluish sheen, and one is tied in on either side of the body, tied in so that they angle down slightly. Repeat the same on my side of the fly. Like so. For the thorax portion, I use an aftershaft feather taken from a pheasant. Many game birds do have these, the secondary plumes that are attached at the base of the main feather. It's a fairly fragile stem feather, so it needs a bit of reinforcement, and I will simply use my tying thread for this purpose. Waist is trimmed, and then the thread and the feather are brought together and twisted so that the rope is formed, which is wrapped. Once the eye is reached, the feather is untangled from the thread, tied off, and the tip is folded back just just as simple. Neat head is made and a 3-turn whip finish completes the fly. If the fly is found to be a little bit too fluffy on top, this can be snipped off just even so, the fly remains quite fluffy until wet. The dry version looks like this. Once wetted, the transformation is quite striking.